In the fog-shrouded streets of Victorian London, a shadowy figure stalked the night, leaving a trail of terror and mystery in his wake. Known only as Jack the Ripper, this enigmatic killer has become synonymous with the unsolved and chillingly brutal murders that gripped the city in 1888. Join us today as we delve into the haunting tale of Jack the Ripper, exploring the crimes, the suspects, and the enduring mystery that continues to captivate the world over a century later. The story of Jack the Ripper begins in the impoverished and densely populated East End of London, a stark contrast to the glittering wealth of the Victorian era. During the autumn of 1888, a series of gruesome murders shocked the city to its core. The victims, all female prostitutes, were brutally mutilated and left in a manner that suggested a mind driven by dark impulses and a deep-seated hatred towards women. The first victim, Mary Ann Nichols, was found on August 31st, her throat slashed and her abdomen mutilated. Over the following weeks, 4 more women would fall victim to the Ripper's blade: Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly. Each murder was marked by its savage brutality, sparking a wave of fear and panic among Londoners, particularly those in the poverty-stricken East End. What set Jack the Ripper apart was not just the gruesomeness of his crimes, but also the lack of identifiable patterns or motives. The murders seemed to occur randomly, without clear connections between the victims or any discernible logic. This unpredictability made it incredibly difficult for the police to track down the elusive killer, leading to a series of false leads and dead ends. The Ripper's ability to evade capture and seemingly vanish into the shadows added to his mystique and fueled rampant speculation about his identity. Various suspects emerged over the years, from local butchers to members of the royal family, but none were definitively linked to the crimes. The lack of concrete evidence and the passage of time have only deepened the mystery surrounding Jack the Ripper. The media played a significant role in perpetuating the legend of Jack the Ripper. Sensationalized newspaper reports and lurid illustrations captured the public's imagination and turned the Ripper into a dark folk hero of sorts, albeit one steeped in fear and revulsion. The term Ripperology emerged to describe the study and fascination with the case, with countless theories and speculations continuing to abound. Despite numerous investigations and the efforts of both contemporary and modern-day detectives, the true identity of Jack the Ripper remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. The case continues to be a subject of intense debate and speculation among historians, criminologists, and amateur sleuths alike. Theories range from the plausible to the outlandish, with each new discovery or piece of evidence reigniting interest in the case. The legacy of Jack the Ripper extends far beyond the boundaries of Victorian London. His crimes have left an indelible mark on popular culture, inspiring countless books, films, and television series. The Ripper has become a symbol of unchecked evil and the enduring fascination with true crime mysteries. His story serves as a cautionary tale of the darkness that can lurk within the human psyche and the challenges of unraveling the motives of a killer who operated in the shadows. The fear and panic that gripped Victorian London during Jack the Ripper's reign of terror cannot be overstated. The Whitechapel murders not only exposed the stark social inequalities and poverty of the East End, but also highlighted the vulnerability of marginalized women in society. The Ripper's victims were often destitute and without protection, making them easy targets for a killer who preyed on the most vulnerable members of society. As the murders continued, pressure mounted on the Metropolitan Police to apprehend the elusive Ripper. The investigation, led by detectives such as Frederick Aberline and Henry Moore, faced numerous challenges, including a lack of forensic technology and the difficulty of navigating the labyrinthine streets of Whitechapel. Despite intensive efforts, the Ripper's ability to evade capture only added to the public's sense of fear and frustration. The legacy of Jack the Ripper continues to fascinate and haunt us to this day. The case has inspired countless theories, books, and films, each attempting to unravel the mystery of his identity and motives, from theories implicating members of the royal family to speculative connections with Freemasonry or medical professionals. The range of conjecture reflects the enduring allure and enigma of Jack the Ripper. The enduring mystery of Jack the Ripper reminds us of the limits of historical inquiry and the profound impact of unsolved crimes on collective memory. The victims of the Ripper's brutality deserve to be remembered not just as statistics in a gruesome tally, but as individuals whose lives were tragically cut short. Their stories serve as a poignant reminder of the human cost of violence and the importance of seeking justice for those who cannot speak for themselves. The impact of Jack the Ripper's crimes on Victorian society cannot be understated. Beyond the immediate terror inflicted on the streets of Whitechapel, the Ripper murders exposed deep-rooted social issues and inequalities. The East End of London, already struggling with poverty and overcrowding, became a crucible of fear and suspicion. The Ripper's ability to evade capture also raised serious questions about the effectiveness of law enforcement and the limits of forensic science in the late 19th century. In the years following the Whitechapel murders, Jack the Ripper became a cultural phenomenon. His name became synonymous with fear and horror, and his legend grew with each passing generation. Countless books, articles, and documentaries have been dedicated to unraveling the mystery of his identity. Yet the Ripper's true identity remains elusive. The case continues to captivate and intrigue, inspiring amateur sleuths and professional investigators alike to search for clues that might finally solve the mystery. Theories about Jack the Ripper's identity abound, ranging from plausible suspects to wild conjecture. Some researchers believe he may have been a local resident with knowledge of the Whitechapel area, while others speculate he could have been a surgeon or someone with medical knowledge due to the precise nature of the mutilations. The lack of definitive evidence has allowed speculation to flourish, perpetuating the mystery and ensuring that Jack the Ripper remains one of history's most enduring enigmas. As we reflect on the legacy of Jack the Ripper, it's important to remember the victims whose lives were tragically cut short. Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly were more than just names in a police report. They were individuals with hopes, dreams, and loved ones who mourned their loss. Their stories remind us of the human toll of violence and the importance of seeking justice for those who have been silenced. Thank you for joining us as we explored the haunting tale of Jack the Ripper. Don't forget to subscribe for more true crime stories and let us know in the comments who you'd like us to cover next. Remember, sometimes the greatest mysteries are waiting to be solved, and by understanding the past, we may uncover the truth hidden in the shadows.